Well, go on, people. So, I want to talk about Nadia Rose's Link Up TV, I don't know what, freestyle or session. Alright, first of all, if you haven't watched it, pause, go and watch it and come back. Go and watch it and come back. It must be watched. Even I want to go and watch it again, actually. I actually want to watch it again. Like, first of all, Nadia Rose, you're cold. Like, she just doesn't fail. The gal is just, she's just too good. She's too good. It's a fact. Like I wish I could spit like her. Like, she's just too good. You get me? So that's first things first. Second thing second, yeah, we all know, okay, cool, like, we haven't really seen Nadia about for a while or whatever. I'm not on social media heavily, so I guess if I was, and I was on her page more, I guess in my brain, in my world, I'll see her a lot more, but I don't. So in my world, she's quite quiet. And I know definitely musically she's quiet regardless, because if she was, I would see her on YouTube or whatever. Hence why when I woke up this morning and I went onto YouTube, boom, one of the first videos I saw. So the algorithm knows that, you get me, people like me been waiting to hear what Nadia has got going. Like, okay, there's a couple things I want to say here, and I'm not going to say them in any particular order. I'm just going to say it off the dome. Nadia talks about certain things in that in a session, yeah, and obviously it's just all real life stuff where you're just like, I hear you, B, I hear you, B, I hear you, B. Now, funny enough, yesterday I was thinking about weed yesterday, right? And I was thinking how, like, weed, yeah, it's such a soul snatcher. Like, it snatches your soul regardless. Like, if you're a newbie on the weed thing, either you know that it's snatched your soul or you don't know just yet. If you're a long-term smoker, yeah, and you're in it and you're still in it, and you're saying that it's good for you and it works for you, cool. But even you know deep down it's a soul snatcher. Like, you know what it has taken from you gradually and slowly. Like, you know the differences and the changes that have occurred in your life since smoking weed. Definitely if you've been doing it long term. Now, I know Nadia was a banner. You get me? I know Nadia was a banner. So I was very happy to hear when she said, like, yo, I had to put it down. Unfortunately, she had to put it down because circumstances changed, which she talks about in a session. Go and watch if you haven't watched it. Yeah. And okay, more time when you're smoking, when you want to get into that, there's a reason why you want to get into it. Yeah, there's a reason why you want to get into it. Like, for example, for me, I suffered a miscarriage at a young age, yeah, before 18. So cool, I went through that, didn't think anything of it, but I think, I'm not sure how long after, because my memory is a bit funny, and that's another effect of weed, yeah. So I can't even really tell you whether it was weeks or a year after. That's how bad it is. But a time came after where one Sunday I just woke up and I just felt that depression, like that sadness of my situation, and all of a sudden I was like, I want to smoke weed. Like, of all things that I could have chosen to do, I was like, I want to smoke weed. I had just come back from church, you know. It was an afternoon and I was like, actually, I want to smoke weed. So I was like, where could I get some weed from? So I thought of a friend, went to link her, whatever. I don't know whether it was a successful mission or not, can't remember. But lo and behold, after that time there, boom, I was smoking. Now, I wasn't bunning heavy, I wasn't bunning hard. It was very sporadic here there, depending on who I was with, you know, them ones. And then gradually developed once a month, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom. Now the danger with it for me personally was I never classed myself as a smoker. That's the first thing. Because I was like, I don't really smoke like that. Like, yeah, cool, I'll take a toke here and there, but I'm not really a smoker. I was saying that for about 10 years. I'm not really a smoker. For 10 years, yeah? So, and then obviously, lo and behold, it gets to a point where you can't deny it. You know, you're like, okay, yeah. I'm a smoker. Sometimes you have to say it loud and clear. So I was in that situation for a while, and there's two ways to see it. Sometimes there's a certain situation you're in that makes you more prone to continuing your smoking journey. But sometimes once you take that talk and then you're taking it over and over again, you smoking starts to develop a certain world that then keeps you in the smoking game. So you need to check yourself. More time they bounce off each other. Like I said, people start smoking for a reason, and then once they start smoking, they stay smoking for a reason, and it develops a certain lifestyle around them which keeps them in it. So it's almost like a trap. And that's why I say smoking weed is a soul snatcher, because in the beginning it's just a talk, it's cool, whatever. But like lo and behold, you will get to see, wow, this thing snatched my soul. So let's talk about, for me, how it snatched my soul, how I saw the changes in me. Yeah. So I will say my confidence took a hit, and it probably took a hit because a part of me knew, like, wow, why are you smoking for? Like, you don't do this, like, especially from a Ghanaian background. Smoking is like, hey! I remember growing up, like, smoking, like, what? That's a big thing, you get me? It's just that because we grew up here in Britain and that, and smoking is almost everywhere and it's normalized, it chipped away at that seed that our parents gave us about smoking. It chipped away eventually. So then you get into it. So, so that's the thing, yeah. Your foundation, once it's set, it's set. That's it. So because my foundation was no smoking or whatever, when I did it, obviously I felt happy I was choosing to do it, but a part of my foundation knew the truth that I stood on. And so it created a complex which then affects your confidence. They call it cognitive dissonance, yeah? Where it's like, where you're doing something or you discover something that kind of disturbs your genuine reality, what you know to be truth, and it can make you feel a bit awkward when you're like, raw, that's the truth, but you get me, I'm not really walking in it. Or, oh my god, I thought that was the truth all along, only to realize it's a lie. That's a cognitive dissonance, whatever. So that affected my confidence in that sense, like my ambition and all that, you get me, all went down. Because that's the thing, is a karma, yeah. Well, technically, initially it calms you down. Later on, it just gives you anxiety. Let's be honest, okay? Like, I got to a point where I was billing up and shaking. Like, that's how bad, now I'm saying it, that's how bad the cognitive dissonance was. That whilst I was billing up, my soul knew you should not be doing this. That I was having anxiety billing up. And it makes sense, because a lot of the time I used to get somebody else to bill it for me. I never, you get me? So that's a point there. Confidence went down. It made me really, like, so weren't doing much. You know that song, I was gonna this, I was gonna that, but then I got high. I was gonna this, I was gonna that, but then I got high. And the weird thing about weed, when you smoke it, yeah, you might get lots of ideas and, oh yeah, might do this, might do that, but isn't it funny how you never get around to doing any of them? Like, that's what people tell themselves when they want to get into the smoking thing. Like, yeah, I'll catch a little nice med, it relaxes me. Yeah, you get all them nice things from it, but nothing really more. You get me? And if that's what it truly provides, why do I need to keep going round and round on it? Why isn't it a wholesome? Why doesn't it last longer? Why do I need to? think about it, even with weed, people tend to have more than one zoo a day. At least one zoo, you get me, should be able to carry you through. But what genuine smokers having one zoo a day? Like, not really. Maybe if they're trying to quit or it's their early days, but when you're in your prime, that's not what's happening. That is not what is happening. So I noticed my speech was getting like slurpy wurpy, like, I don't know, not all the time, but I clocked. I was like, sometimes struggling to get words out, and is that my brain and the words were not in sync. I'll think it, but it'll come out a little bit slower or a little bit funnier. Like, that caught my eye. I was like, whoa, hold on, guys, you get me? Like, yo, hold on, you get me? I didn't bargain for this now, yeah. Think about it, weed don't cost a fortune, yeah? Weed does not cost a fortune. You can get a 10 bag, whatever. It does not cost a fortune, yeah? But it's almost trying to take my speech. Like, it's almost taking my mind, which does cost a fortune, because that's how you will make your fortune, with your soul, with your mind, with your body, with your spirit. So sometimes you got to sit and think, hold on, what am I trading here? What am I selling my soul over? People get so caught up with these millionaires and musicians, oh, they're selling their soul. Blood, you're selling your soul every time you bill up. You're selling your soul every time you call your dealer. Okay, look, right, hold on, let me put on pause. I'm not being critical, okay? You can smoke weed if you want. I would advise that you refrain. But if you're not gonna refrain, I would say the best way to do it is extremely occasionally. When I mean extremely, I'm talking less than 10 times a year. So you're doing your birthday, you're maybe doing New Year's, maybe Valentine, maybe Christmas. That's only 4. Maybe a summertime zoo if you want to force it in, if you're at Easter, you get me? That's still 6. We still haven't even got to 10. So that's what I'm saying, under 10. Like, extremely seasonal. But one thing we know about weed, yeah, every time you have, if you smoke weed on one of them seasons, yeah, you smoked it on that season, cool, you're feeling good. In a week time or 2 weeks time, your brain's saying, yo, go and get yourself another thing. That's the trap. That's the trap. And that's why I'm saying, even when you try to do it seasonal, it's too close to home. You're probably gonna slip up again. So soul snatcher. Another thing I noticed when smoking weed, my beauty was fading, blood, my skin. Because smoking, yeah, what it does to your cells is not good. And your cells, yeah, the state of your cells represent, it shows on your skin, because that's what our skin is made of, our cells. So when you smoke, your cells are not getting as much oxygen, okay? And when it's deprived of oxygen, it shows, it's dry, it's scaly, or you're getting breakouts, whatever. Your system is not in sync, you get me? So it's not operating smoothly. That bothered me. I was like, yo, like, I was like, ugh, like, look at my eyes, look at my skin, like. And guys, all these things, yeah, they will eventually cause you to isolate yourself. Your speech is slurpy. You think you're starting to look ugly. Your confidence is going down. Of course you're gonna stay in your yard more. And then when you stay in your yard more and you're thinking like that, what are you gonna do? Bill up and smoke more. See the domino effect? That's the domino effect. Nobody plans to get to where they get to with weed when they're there. That wasn't their intention. That's not how they planned to start. You get me? My plan was for goodness, to relax, to chill, to escape. But you can't escape, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, life is up and down, life is good and bad, and if we accept that, we'll be able to manage our difficulties much better. The problem is we always want to get away from them. That's the trap. To think that life is supposed to be better than it's supposed to be worse, or, you know, that's nice, but that's not reality. So the sooner that you can accept, yo, this thing goes in cycles, it goes round and round, sometimes it's good days, sometimes it's bad days, you start taking things on the chin a bit better, You get me? You start taking things on the chin a bit better. So, having said all that, yeah, big up Nadia Rose. Go and watch that thing if you ain't watched it, yeah? Listen and learn. You get me? I mean, learn and listen to what she is saying, okay? Nadia, we love you. We all hear what you're saying. Not all, but those who know. Keep your head up. You get me? Never say die. You're beautiful. Like, we're loving it. We're loving it. Big you up, honestly. Love.